Welcome to the Introduction to Photoshop course. On this video, I'm going to go through some basic information on using the Photoshop software. After you've installed the software, there may be a Adobe Photoshop icon on your desktop. If not, you can go to your Start menu and under the search bar, you can type Photoshop, and then that should bring up the Adobe Photoshop Creative Cloud 2019 under your program list. With Adobe Photoshop Creative Cloud, it has a startup screen that displays when you start the software. In a little bit, I'm going to show you how to remove the startup screen if you'd like to do that. But at the startup screen, I have two options. I can either create a new image or I can open an image that I have. So I'm going to select Create New. On the next screen, it gives me an option under my new programs, to either select the default Photoshop size or come over to the right and change the preset. So I'm going to just keep the default Photoshop size. I'm going to select Create, and then that'll take me to the desktop of the Photoshop software. So as I said earlier, if you'd like to remove the startup screen, you can do that under your preferences. So to find your preferences, you go to Edit, and then at the very bottom of the list is Preferences. And then under Preferences, you want to use the General option. And then we're going to put a check mark in Disable the Home Screen and then select OK. So when you put a check mark in Disable the Home Screen, that will take your software directly to the desktop, and the startup screen won't display when you open the software. It'll take you directly to this window. So some of the key things that I'm going to cover for the software today is the toolbox. The toolbox is displayed in a single row. If you want to display it in a double row, there's a small arrow at the top that you can select, and that'll change it from double to single. Each one of the tools in the toolbox has a keyboard shortcut. So I have the marquee tool selected right now, so the keyboard shortcut is M. So if I go down here to my lasso tool and I select M on my keyboard, then that'll make my marquee tool active again. There's a small arrow in the bottom right corner that's a drop-down arrow that'll also display each one of the additional marquee tools that are available to use. When you have the marquee tool active, then the menu across the top is specific to the marquee. So if I go down and I select the lasso tool, then the menu options that are now available are the menu options for the lasso. So the menu bar is specific to which tool that you have selected. On the right-hand side of the software are our palettes. The palette that we use the most is the layer palette, but there's a large number of palettes that can be active. And you control which palettes are active under the window menu. So if I select window, anything that has a check mark is a palette that's open. So right now I can see that my color palette's open and I have my layer palette open. So I'm going to deselect color, and then we'll see that the color palette closed. So then I'm going to go back up and reselect color, and we'll see that color palette open. So this was just kind of a quick overview of the layout of the software and how to open it, and some of the basics about the tools that we'll be using this semester. So I look forward to having you in class, and I hope we have a great semester.